Just a second. You sending me questions, sure?
Yeah.
And I
Hey guys. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to Project Metal Music's YouTube channel with your host El Young, and we are here, and I hope I pronounced your name right, Thoralf. I hope I pronounced
Yeah,
that right. Yeah. So Thoralf, could you introduce yourself?
sure. Hello from East Germany, near Leipzig, 100 miles southwest, southeast of Berlin. Um, I'm Thoralf, the guitarist of Factory of Art, a progressive metal band from Saxony, from Leipzig, with a over 30 years history. And we are now in a process to record a new album, our third full-length album, and that's why we make some promotional things now again.
Cool, cool. Yeah. So let's get into some questions. As a kid, as a child, what were you listening to?
My first single was Slate, Squeeze Me, Please Me. This was I was 7 or 8 years old. My older sister uh, gave me that thing, and I was fascinated. Not so complicated progressive music, but the voice of Noddy Holder was one of these things which influenced me. Then I had to study, sorry, violin for 10 years. As high as it means classical music was a great influence for me, but I heard as a young man AC/DC, Iron Maiden, and these things. Van Halen was a great influence because the first three albums of them are very, very, very good. Metal, hard rock, classical music,
Whoa,
my
cool,
influences.
cool. Yeah, who actually got you into music? Was it a family member, a friend, or somebody completely different?
It's a funny thing. No one in my family has musical talent, with only I. My father was a good man who thought, let's try it if Thoralf can play an instrument. And so I tried the violin at the age of 6, and then at the age of 14 I got a guitar, and I think it was my father who influenced me to make music.
Yeah, cool, cool. So who actually inspired you to say, right, I'm going to to go on a journey to start to basically start a journey to become a musician? Who actually inspired you? Was it somebody from Iron Maiden or AC/DC, or was
Mhm.
it sort of like that type of thing?
I think it was not a real person. It was the imagination or the idol of all these musicians. I sure I love guitarists, the Shredder Gang, Paul Gilbert, Winnie Moore, Tony McAlpine, but Steve Morse from the Dixie Dregs too, from America, and all these guys influenced me. Zach Wild, sure, from Ozzy. And if you play guitar and you're not without talent, you think, okay, just a few hours more to practice and I'm as good as blah blah blah. And then I thought, okay, let's try it. But it's a hard business. It's a hard business because the music that we love, metal or progressive metal as we, is not the music you're selling. So in it's very good, and that's why I thought, okay, it's my kind of music. I will play it. I love it. Let's see what's happened.
Yeah, cool. What were you in any bands prior to Factory of Art?
Please again. Could you ask me again, please? I
Yeah.
have to.
Were you in any bands before Factory of Art?
Yeah. My first band was a band, friendly band of Factory of Art, called Grain of Sand. There is a lyric in Metallica's Enter Sandman in the chorus, "Grain of sand," and I thought, yeah, cool. Um, it was a industrial metal band like Ministry, because we had computer sounds and so on, with hard guitars, with fat rhythm guitars. Um, but the guys of Factory of Art uh, started at the same time, I think, and we were friends. Our bass player, Ronald of Factory of Art, um, uh, gave me the contact of a drummer for my band, and so on. I wrote for the first album of Factory of Art, the Grasp album, one song. I wasn't a member of Factory of Art during the first albums. There I had my own band, Grain of Sand. Interesting music, but unknown, nearly unknown.
Yeah, so let's dive into so what has the band Factory of Art been up to?
Yeah, through the last decade. Let me try to make a long story short. Factory of Art was founded in the early 90s with two good albums with very good musicians, and uh, it was semi-professional. I think it was fantastic music, but the times in music changed at the end of the 90s, crossover, Biohazard, and so on come, and Factory of Art was a true metal band. That's what was not the favorite thing in the end of the 90s, at the end of the 90s. That's why it went down a little bit, and the most important musicians, guitarists, founded their own bands and left Factory of Art. The band died for a few years, and then Ronald, the bass player, Petri, the lead singer, and we met and said, "Oh, come on, let's do anything. It's uh, let's try it again." Um, it's a funny story from the strap of the bass guitar. There were some, I don't know exactly the English word, this typical metal things on it, and one of these things of Ronald's bass uh, was fall down, and we said, "Okay, that's a sign. We have to continue." And so we said, okay, we tried it with cover band project. We had a metal tribute band, not an AC/DC, Metallica, or so on. We played our favorite songs of all these bands. If other musicians play Highway to Hell in a tribute show, we play Livewire. Or if other bands played Paranoid of Black Sabbath, we looked, and we play War Pigs, and so on. From AC/DC to Van Halen. Of course, in Germany, it's nice to play some songs of Rammstein in a tribute concert. That's 10 years, I think. We had this kind of music. Then came uh, the first idea to make own material, or to create own material uh, at in 2017-18. We yeah we looked, and we thought about it, and then we wanted to start. Then came Corona. We were a lucky band because we had some great gigs as a tribute band, sure, but we could play. It was nice. So many bands, I think in Britain it was the same. So many bands in Germany. Had no gigs, nothing. We were lucky. We were lucky because we had 5, 6 big events, and that's kept us alive. Um, so we thought, okay, if you are so strong to survive Corona as such a little unknown band as we are at the moment, we have the chance to make a third full-length album. And this was a point we said, okay, let's try it. During 6 or 7 months, we had written 8, 9 songs. And then the most important things for us is now we are very, very busy because we have to finish the editing process. We have recorded all instruments, all things. Now we have to edit, and then we want to let us this album mix and master by Jacob Hansen at the Hansen Studios. He produces Volbeat, Arch Enemy, Northwind, and so on. And we asked him and sent him 2 songs, and he said, "Oh, interesting. In August, I have time. Let's make a deal," because we want to have the best sound as possible for this album. Oh, sorry, moment. I have to. Good. Sorry. Yeah, sure. And now we play some gigs as a tribute band to make the money for the production, sure. And our manager Marco, who gave me the contact, or who makes a contact for us. He promote a factory of art, so to prepare the world for the third album. Such so we play live, but as a tribute band. If we will publish or release the album, we will play as Factory of Art. Some gigs they are planned in the end of the year 2023.
Yeah, cool. Is there any sort of like time schedule for the release of the third album?
Um, we hope that we publish the album at October, November this year. The last thing we have to do now is to control the recordings and the files. Is anything clear? Is anything so as we wanted? And then we will give the material to the Hansen Studios, and then we think we get yeah, gold standard, we say in Germany. I don't. We hope so.
Yeah, yeah. So, is there any sort of like, is there any sort of plans on going on tour with this third album?
Yeah, we try this, but it's not so easy for us because we are not professional musicians. We all have several professions. We are IT experts, engineers, pedagogical directors. Carpenter is one of us. We have to make our money. Hmm,
Yeah,
with our professions. Um, and that's why if we want to say, okay, let's have a tour, it's not so easy. But Marco, our manager, does it his best to make um, several gigs at the weekends. Then we can play Friday, Sunday, maybe Friday, Saturday, 2 or 3 times. Uh, so it will work, I think. A tour is possible maybe in the summer, but this depends a little bit of the situation. Will or want to book us a festival or so on. That would be nice. That's our aim and that's our goal, but we don't know if it happens.
yeah, cool, cool. Are you sort of like on a continual like a writing schedule for new material, or are you just like focusing on the getting the third album sorted out?
Now, as we finished the third album, the songs, 11 songs with a working title, Back to Life. Sure, after 20 years. Sure, it's we 4 years ago we could not imagine, we could not think that we are able to make a new album because we had this tribute band project. It was okay, it was good. Now we think, okay, we started as Factory of Art again, a restart, and now we think it's not our last album. We have further plans. And we have but it's so hard to say. We have some ideas for new songs,
Yeah,
but
cool.
now the main thing is to produce the third album and to publish and to promote it.
Yeah, cool. Where can people find you on social media? Where can people find you? Have you got a Facebook page, YouTube, that type of thing?
Yeah. Factory of Art you find on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And our tribute project is interesting too. I recommend it to all of you. Um, Factory, not of art, but Factory Undercover is our very intelligent name for this tribute project, Factory Undercover. You will find it on Facebook. We have a website. You have to Google Factory Undercover band, and you will find clips and songs and the history. And you may do the same with Factory of Art, and will find the same stuff.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so this would be my sort of like last question.
Yeah.
Um, any advice for people who want to become a musician?
Sure. Start to realize your dreams when you are very young, because we are not now, we are elder statesmen of metal, you can say, and we think too much about things. Maybe it's for the songs it is good, but for a career is the worst thing you can do. Start as young as possible. Um, don't let grow the influences, musically influences and personal influences. Let them not grow too much. Stay yourself. Stay authentically, and don't let most of them of the people let or have the problem. Every new music influences them. Um, uh, it's okay if you have to hear music for sure, but you have to keep your own musical idea. And not a blend of several things. That was a mistake I did in my first band, Grain of Sand. Oh, we had support gigs with Rammstein. Oh, let's make some songs in the kind of Rammstein. It doesn't work. You have to do your own thing, and you have to have the strength to survive hard times. And then don't lose the hope that you can get it, that you will be successful. It works, I think, 1% of people who wants to stay or become musicians, it will work. But I think that's a idea we all thinking, that's a dream we all dream.
Yeah, cool, cool. Sound advice. Yeah, I think that might be about it, Thoralf. So thank you so much for coming on and doing this interview. It's been an absolute pleasure. Been an absolute pleasure learning a
Oh, me
little.
too. Thank you. Thank you very much. For me, it was a pleasure too. We had a long story to get together, but it was a chaos time the last weeks. I'm so glad that it worked tonight.
Yeah, yeah,
Then I wish you. Tomorrow is a great day for Great Britain. I think you will get a new king. I know. Sure. I met him in Leipzig. He was in Leipzig, oh, I think 2019, and we had him. Uh, all the best for you.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, yep. Guys, go check out Factory Thought. I have put the link to Factory Thought's Facebook page in the chat there, so go check them out and give them a like and give them a listen. They are absolutely brilliant. So yeah.
Thank you.
Anyway, so thank you, Thoralf, and yeah, thank
Bye
you
bye.
so much. Bye.
Bye.